This is Alejandro Avery, the Brat Prince of professional wrestling, and you're listening to Four Corners Fandemonium.
It's showtime! Woo!
Rest in peace.
Welcome to Four Corner Fandemonium. I'm your host, Jay Will, the voice of independent wrestling. And today we have the Brat Prince, Alejandro Avery. How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing great. How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate you coming on and being a part of it.
Hell yeah, man. I'm excited, and this is my first podcast that I'm doing. So
Okay.
yeah,
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and make this a memorable one.
hell yeah.
All right, so go ahead and tell us a little about you.
I am the Brat Prince of professional wrestling, Alejandro Avery. I was born in Cali, Colombia, but I was trained here in America. Um,
Okay.
I was trained at PWA, Yorktown, Virginia.
Yorktown,
Um,
Virginia. Okay.
yeah. Uh, some of the people that trained me and had influence on me when I was coming up was Wes Rogers, Aaron Cross, and Dante Bishop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, PWA is out of Yorktown, Virginia. And you know what's crazy? I was stationed in Fort Eustis, Virginia for a couple years and never knew it was independent wrestling around me.
Really?
Yep, I was stationed there for a
Uh,
couple of years. Even when I got out, I was even living there for a couple of years afterwards, going to college, right at ECPI, right, Newport News, Virginia.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I knew I could have been attending a long time ago and been a part of the train, but I mean, I'm on it now, so everything's great.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I know you've been a tag team champion before. What
Uh,
about
I'm
any
s-
other titles you've had?
I'm still a tag team champion actually.
Okay,
I'm one half of the tag team champions up in IWL, West Virginia.
okay,
And I'm also the current holder of the national heavyweight champion in Shockwave Wrestling Entertainment in North Carolina.
okay.
Yeah, so
Uh,
those two titles I'm still currently holding, and I never thought I would be able to hold two titles at once. So that's pretty cool.
You're doing it, especially being a tag champion and a singles champion, a heavyweight champion at that. That's real big right now.
I'm trying my best to hold
Yeah, that
on to them.
shows that's a lot of versatility, and hey, that's a lot of time,
Yeah,
like defending back and forth.
yeah, it's getting to be stressful. So
You can do it, man. You're the Brad Prince. You can do whatever you want.
I'm basically doing that. I say what I want and I do what I want. So
Hey, that's the only way to be. Hey, so growing up, who was your favorite wrestlers?
growing up, man, there's so many, but the two that really stand out for me is The Undertaker and Eddie
Yes, the
Guerrero.
Dead Man. Two great, phenomenal wrestlers, the Dead Man and the man that lies, cheats, and steals to get what he wants. And I can see a lot of that in you, in like keeping your titles and everything. I know that's a
Yeah,
big thing for you is doing what you got to do to get by. I mean, you wouldn't be the Brat Prince if you didn't do what you had to do.
yeah, especially taking on, especially when I started using that name, the Brat Prince.
Hmm.
That was people were expecting for me to be like throwing a tantrum and doing all this, but that name came from another character. It's one of my favorite authors, Lestat Diela Contour
Okay.
from the Anne Rice novels, and it came from Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z because he always calls himself the Prince of All Saiyans.
Yeah.
So I kind of took that and made it like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want when I want. I don't care who judged me for it, and that's where the Brat Prince name came, and I just took it from there.
Hey, that's right. And you're doing a great job of it. Hey, champ, you know, on multiple levels. Can't nobody say nothing about it.
Yeah.
So, what in your career so far have you accomplished that you thought that you wouldn't?
Oh man, I think it was getting to be a part of Combat Zone Wrestling, JoJo Wars.
Okay, yes. I love before the pandemic, I was a regular at CZW around up in Voorhees, New Jersey.
Yeah.
because they had the tickets on vet ticks all the time. So I always take my kids, my son and my daughter. We loved it. We'll go up there, be on the front row because that's how they treated their veterans. Great. So
Oh yeah.
be, I be in the front row screaming, glass fibers everywhere, door parts everywhere. But we just loved it.
Yeah, it was a real honor to just be a part of that, and the fact that they actually took me in. Big shout outs to Gabby Gilbert and DJ Hyde. They gave me a platform on there, and they said that I can come and train with them anytime, doesn't matter when. And I've made the drive all the way from Virginia all the way to Jersey just to go train
Hmm.
with them.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
Definitely dedication and cutting your teeth the right way. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to do things the right way. I see a lot of people trying to take shortcuts, and I love when I do podcasts and interview with guys and hear them, doing things the right way. Whether it was a struggle or not, you still paid your dues the way you were supposed to pay your dues.
Yeah. And I went. I think the first time I went to CCW, just on my own, I requested off on my normal day job. I used vacation time and all that just to drive 5 hours up, and I basically went up there, swept the ring, swept the whole studio, and showed that I wanted to be there. And I think it was a month later I got hit up to be a part of Dojo Wars, and to me that felt like a huge accomplishment because I know the big names that came out of Dojo Wars in the past.
That's big, man. That's big. That's
I
real
appreciate
big.
that.
So, I know Dojo Wars is up there. So, what is some of the your favorite matches that you've wrestled in your career?
I would say clips wrestling. I got to wrestle Mambo Italiano.
Okay.
That was really one of my favorite ones. Obviously, Victor Walker back in Shockwave in North Carolina. That was a good match. I was his first opponent, and I was his first match, and he's doing it big right now. So I was glad to be part of that, and also Dojo Wars, Zakar Shah.
Okay. So you got some pretty good names out there that you've been a part of, and I know it's always a great feeling when you look back and you see some of the names of the people that you've been in the ring with, and you think like, man, I've really had a great career. Now that the Super Bowl is over, no need to miss football. Join the Eastern Shore Rage indoor football team on our professional journey to a championship. Game 1, April 15th, against the Houston Maulers at the South Run Rec Center in Springfield, Virginia, 4 p.m. Rage World Order. What was some of your most memorable storylines that you've seen back in the day on like Raw, SmackDown, Nitro, Thunder, like your choice?
And I think it had to be when Undertaker won the Royal Rumble.
Okay, yeah,
I forgot what year that was, but I think the most memorable part for me was when he was going to SmackDown, Raw, and even ECW when it was like revamped,
yeah,
and he was showing up to each of the champions at the end of their match, and he was just staring at them, and he was doing the whole psychology, like, am I picking you? Or am I picking him? Or am I picking the other guy? It really had me at the edge of my seat, to be honest.
yeah. It's nice when they build that suspense up and they don't just make it so you just can see what's going on like way before it happens. It's like you gotta guess what's going on. You gotta tune in every week. There's no spoilers. There was no internet to tear it up for us or anything like that. We just had to tune in each and every week.
Yeah. And I think it was just a fanboy of me just wanting like, oh my God, what if Undertaker becomes ECW champion or the heavyweight or for some reason I just wanted to know more,
Yeah.
but I had
But
to
you
tune
definitely
in.
didn't want it to be ECW.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
WCW, who would be your dream match?
Ah, I would say Dean Malenko.
Oh man, he is a he is a technical beast. I love watching Dean Malenko
Yeah.
perform like in any capacity.
I mean, obviously you had from WWF or WWE, Chris Jericho, um
Yeah,
as Jericho. So I mean, but I would
That would
not
be two good matches. Definitely would be two good matches.
uh, hands down. And obviously Eddie Guerrero, just learning from him would have been a dream.
Yeah, that would. That like guys like that aren't really around as much as they were before. Guys that can just grab your attention like that, like unless they're pushed down your throat.
Yeah,
Those three guys where you didn't have to push them down your throat. They just had to come out and perform, and they got their own fan base just by performing.
for sure.
All right, so I know you got your wrestling company. Give us some
Yeah.
dates, give us some performers, give us all the details, bro.
I'm part owner of Next Up Pro Wrestling along with two other guys, Brian Simmons and George Broman Jr. We started that company as just talking,
Hmm.
and the name of the company is called Next Up Pro Wrestling. We're soon to announce some dates. Our next show is going to be in April, but you're going to have to find out when.
Got you. We'll definitely have you back on so you can advertise that when it gets closer.
Of course. Our first show for Next Up was we had Sunny Kiss, Red Titus, and it was super successful. And I was proud to be a part of it. It's only up from here. Some of the standout talents on there, well, Avery Jacks, she's
Okay,
amazing. I can't say any more about her. It's just that she's gonna be a top talent for sure.
got you.
Uh,
Got you.
Victor Walker, another one, and oh man, there's so many other guys coming in. You have the problem child, Preston Jeter. You got to
Okay,
look out for him. He had a really good triple threat match the last show. I mean,
okay.
some of those guys are just gonna kill it, and I know they will.
That's great, man. That's great that you got some great guys over there. You got your good core, it sounds like, that you can build upon and keep going with.
Yeah, hands down.
What about some shows you got coming up personally?
Well, I will be back at 1CW March 11th.
March 11th. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Will I see you there?
Yes, I definitely will be there March 11th, screaming and yelling as usual.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first time, you and I got into a yelling dispute back at Waldorf, Maryland at AWA.
Yep.
Yeah. uh, in the steel cage match,
Yeah, I tell you, I love it with a passion. It's like I become a character as soon as I get through the door. I'm my fanship is just a whole character. It's just out this world when I'm
Yeah,
in there. It's like nothing else is going on but that. I can eat as many hot dogs as I want. I can yell as much as I want, and I can have a lot of fun.
and I love it. I love your energy, bro.
I appreciate it because I love the energy that I get back from y'all when I do it because I don't like a dry crowd and I don't care if it's just me yelling. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna have a good time.
That's awesome. March 16th, the debuting Brew Wrestling in Hampton, Virginia at PBR.
Okay.
That's going to be a dope show. The owner for that is the guy who trained me, Wes Rogers.
Okay.
That's his company, that's his baby. And I'm excited to be a part of it, because Wes was there for my first show. Um, Next up, and I get to be a part of his. So
That's
super
great.
excited for
That's
that.
great. Paying the support back to each other. That's definitely great. March 16th, if you can, I definitely want the details or a flyer if it's out there for that one over in Hampton, Virginia. You know, I'm a Virginia native, so I would definitely love to come over and see that one. Show some
Oh
support
man.
myself.
I'll send you the flyer. Actually, I have it on my phone. I'll definitely send you it.
All right, perfect. Maybe I can get a couple after match interviews or something, help promote that show up as well.
Oh yeah. March 18th, I believe I will be back in West Virginia
Okay,
for ATCW.
okay.
I'll be in a tag team tournament match. So we'll see how
Got it.
that goes.
Now, is that tournament for the titles or are you going for another set?
I think it's to determine the number one contenders for the titles, for the tag titles, the vacant tag titles. So we shall
Okay.
see.
Okay. So you might be walking around with three titles around you.
Uh, I hope so.
Hey, that's always the plan. More gold, more money.
Yeah,
That's what they
more
tell
problems.
me. Yeah, exactly. All right. You got anything else you want to get out social media wise? How
I
everybody
only have
can get
two
in
social
there.
medias.
Okay.
You can find me on Facebook, Alejandro Avery. Same thing on Instagram, Alejandro Avery. And that's pretty much it. I don't have Twitter or anything like that. I just don't like Twitter.
Some of that stuff ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, thanks for having me on, man. This was awesome.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate your patience for today, man. It was a lovely wrestling conversation, and this is what I look forward to each and every time. And I appreciate you.
No, man, thanks. Yeah, we'll definitely love to have you at Brew and come down, see a good show. I will have to say this before it's 21 and up. So
Got you. I will make sure the entourage that I bring suits the
yeah,
age limit.
yeah, it's I had to tell that to some people. I was like, yeah, this is a 21 and up show. So
Pretty sure they're gonna be advertising their own brewery. Yeah, I don't mind it.
awesome.
All right, bro. I definitely appreciate you.
Thanks for having me
And
on, man.
I will be seeing you March 11th. Hopefully, you'll have some more details for next up, and you can go ahead and throw that out there too. And March 16th, that is my plan to be over in Hampton, Virginia.
Oh man, we'll love to have you. Can't wait.
All right, if you're following 4CF over, just let me know. Hey, we can all get together. I'll make everybody T-shirts. We can all go in at one time.
Let's do it, man.
All right, appreciate you again, man.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having
and
me
I'll be
on.
seeing you soon. Thank you for listening to Four Corner Fandemonium. Be sure to follow for upcoming shows. Also, check out the Brat Prince, Alejandro Avery, on social media. Follow 4CF through 1CW in Houston, Delaware, March 11th. Brew Wrestling, Hampton, Virginia, March 16th. And at ESPW in Shinkatig, Virginia, on March 25th. Enjoy independent wrestling for the month of March. And always remember,
Reach for the sky, boy.